Diablo 4 is just around the corner, and beside the early access to open beta, which is happening these days, we have 2 more months until the full release. Just like I said in the previous video guys, in the next few I will try to cover as many segments as possible separately. In today's video I will try to explain all the playable classes in Diablo 4 and eventually help you decide which one you will play at the end. Subscribing to the channel would be highly appreciated, and in case you are interested will help you stay informed about everything related to the game. Anyway, without further ado, let's hop in. As we already know, there will be 5 playable classes in Diablo 4: Barbarian, Sorcerer, Druid, Necromancer and Rogue. Every class will be unique in its own way, so choosing one for your playthrough depends only on your personal playstyle. The first class we will talk about today is the Barbarian. The Barbarian has unparalleled strength and expertly wields an entire arsenal in battle, with a weapon for every occasion. He bellows intimidating war cries and unleashes ground-shaking slams to send approaching hordes reeling. If you like close combat and you want to go berserk upon your enemies, Barbarian is your class definitely. Most Barbarian skills will only deal physical damage, but the Barbarian has 2 distinct specializations, either at red or orange skills. Warlord skills and talents generally aim for defense, party bonuses, tactical damage, bleeding and opportunity strikes, as well as crowd control, while Berserker skills go for reckless offense, maximum damage output, self buffs and speed. As a Barbarian, each point of strength increases the damage of their skills, while willpower improves your regeneration and dexterity grants critical chance. In Diablo 4, Barbarians have a unique class mechanic, and that is Arsenal System. This system will allow Barbarian to equip 4 different weapons simultaneously. With the Arsenal System, Barbarians can swap between different types of weapons, such as from a heavy 2-handed mace to a pair of sharp, agile hand axes, depending on the situation, skill and needs. Some of the spells will require a specific weapon, and if equipped in one slot, by activating spell it will automatically switch to required weapon. The Sorcerer shapes the elements into whatever form is necessary to ensure victory, from hurling bolts of lightning, impaling their foes upon jagged spikes of ice, and raining flaming meteors down from the sky. Although you had the opportunity to play Sorcerer in Diablo 2, if you decide to play it in Diablo 4, you will find it a little bit different. The Sorcerer is a high risk but high reward class, meaning you will be able to do tons of damage, but on the other side you will be a lot easier to kill, unlike Barbarian. As a Sorcerer, you will be able to use fire magic, whose spells often place the burning effects on enemies and dealing damage over time, cold magic, with which you will be able to chill your enemies to slow them down or even freeze them, and lighting magic, which by using some lighting spells with the right talents can trigger a special mechanic called the Crackling Energy. This mechanic will, by using some lighting spells, leave behind a ball of energy that can be collected and that will restore some of your mana points. As a Sorcerer, Intelligence increases skill damage, Willpower grants critical chance, and Dexterity hastens mana recovery. Same as a Barbarian, the Sorcerer have a unique class mechanic, and that is Enchantment System. With this system, Sorcerer skills can be placed into any of 6 active skill slots that every other class also have access to, or 3 enchantment slots for a total of 9 different skills. If the player places a skill in the enchantment slot, they can no longer use it as an active skill, but the character instead gains a passive or semi-passive secondary bonus power related to this skill. The Druid is a savage shapeshifter, fluidly transforming between the forms of a towering bear or a vicious werewolf to fight alongside the creatures of the wild. He also commands the power of earth, wind and storm, unleashing nature's wrath to devastating effects. Again, if you play Diablo 2 and you maybe already played Druid there, you will find it similar in Diablo 4. Unlike Diablo 2, Druid has no skills that exist purely to transform in and out of the various forms. Instead, each skill can only be cast from one form, shifting to it before cast without any extra action. Once shapeshifted, the Druid remains in that form for 3 seconds, or until different action forces them to shapeshift again. The 3 forms are Human, Werebear and Werewolf. A unique class mechanic of the Druid is a Spirit Animal System. This mechanic allows you to find spirit animals, which will unlock your ability to choose specific spirit animal boons. These boons will buff your Druid in a variety of different ways. You will be able to find 4 different animal spirits, and you will have a boon for each spirit, and also you will get an extra point to double down one of them. Unfortunately, as far as I heard, we will not be able to play Druid in the beta. Necromancers are cunning summoners that conjure vengeful hordes of the undead. Their essence flows into 3 powerful bastions of bone, blood and shadow to bring low their enemies. Necromancer is a really cool class and a very popular class among players. It's also a really unique class considering it's a caster, summoner, close quarters combat class, and it uses all kinds of weapons like scythes, swords, daggers, wands, focuses or shields. The Necromancer utilizes 2 resources. Essence, a slow regenerating resource that is also gained by using basic skills, and corpses, which come from fallen enemies or can be generated from certain effects. Necromancer unique skill mechanic is the Book of the Dead, and this mechanic will allow Necromancer to customize the minions, how minions are deployed, which minion the player can have and how they behave. The core skills center on 3 summons, skeleton warriors and mages, and a golem. Each summon has 3 variants to choose from, and each variant has 3 modifications. 2 upgrades, only one which can be active, and sacrifice, which disables summoning that minion in exchange for conferring a permanent buff. The rogue is an adaptable, agile warrior who can specialize in a ranged or close quarters combat. Rogues can best any foe with their inbound weapons, perform powerful combo attacks, and can augment their arsenal with deadly poisons and shadow magic to slay demons with impunity. Rogues can alternate between both ranged weapons, which includes bows and crossbows, and melee weapons, which includes daggers and swords. Same as with Barbarian's arsenal system, rogues can alternate between these weapon categories, therefore there is no locking out of skill options by picking a specific weapon choice. In Diablo 4, rogues will be some kind of combination between rogue from Diablo 1, the Assassins and Amazon classes from Diablo 2 and Demon Hunter from Diablo 3, but with some modifications and different approach to class of course. Rogue is a phase-based, dexterity-based class, and the mobility is one of the main aspects of this class, which can be used for assault, quick repositioning, or to retreat. The Rogue has 3 different specializations: combo point, inner sight, and preparation. Each one is tied to a World Rogue group and requires accomplishing a Rogue-specific quest to unlock. Also, this quest becomes available at level 15, 20 and 30. Combo points, as the name says, will allow you to build up points with basic attacks and then use them to perform some powerful finishers. Inner sight will allow you to mark certain enemy with purple eye, and hidden at an enemy will build your inner sight gauge, and once full you will be granted unlimited energy for 4 seconds. The preparation specialization is still unknown, but there are speculations that it has something with cooldown reduction. The rogue class have a unique imbue system that can modify the damage type of multiple skills with either cold, poison or shadow damage, as well as add secondary effects depending on type. Rogues can lace their weapon with cursed oils, causing them to deal shadow damage. Cursed enemies that die explode, inflicting a large amount of damage to nearby targets, and can be an effective screen clear if a player can maintain the AoE momentum. Just like the Sorcerer, they are also capable of applying chill effects with cold attacks that builds up to a full freeze over time. These are 5 playable classes we'll be able to choose in Diablo 4, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm torn between Barbarian and Necromancer. In case you missed, check my previous video in which I talked about some general information about this game, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming videos. A like on this one would be super appreciated so it can reach more people, and feel free to join our Discord server. That would be all, and I'll see ya in the next one.